Isolation mode was added to Adobe Illustrator many versions ago. However, I find that many people still don't understand this extremely helpful tool that makes it easy to work with objects such as grouped items, compound paths, clipping masks, and more. Isolation mode prevents you from having to ungroup items manually, saving you tons of time in the long run. Let's take a look at how this works. I'm beginning this video with the isolation.ai file already open on my computer. And you'll notice that if I click on this with my selection tool, that I have all of these items grouped together. Now, to get a better look at this, I'm just going to deselect this, and we're going to open up our Layers panel for a second, because I want to show you that on this Layer 1, if I open this disclosure triangle, we can see that I have a main group, and that's the group of everything on my artboard. You can see if I click on the target icon, it'll select all the items in that group. And if I open up the other disclosure triangle, you can see that each color is in its own group. So if I click on this icon, we can see how these items are grouped together. Now, as you've seen right here, the Layers panel is also a great way to dive into items within a group and select them as well. But I don't want to focus on that right now. I want to focus on the isolation mode. So for example, if I click on this item again, it's going to select the overall group that all of these items are a part of. However, if I double click on this first item, this brown item that we have here, you're going to notice a couple of things. So first of all, you'll see that I have this strip that goes across the top of my interface. And that indicates that I'm currently in isolation mode. So it tells me I've now gone into Layer 1 and I'm in the main group. Now if I click on this first item again, you'll now see that I've isolated the ability to select different items within that main group. You'll notice as I click on each one of these colors, it's highlighting the individual groups of items. So I'm no longer clicking on that main group. I'm actually inside of the main group, and I'm able to independently click on each of these individual groups. Now, what happens if I go back to this first item? You can see that all of these brown items are selected, and I double click on it again. Now you can see that I've gone inside of the brown group, and I'm now able to click on each of these items individually. I'm not able to click on any of these items. You can see how all of these are kind of ghosted back or tinted back, if you will. And the only things I can click on are these brown items because those are the items available within the brown group. Now, if I click on this link here, it'll take me back to the containing group, to the main group. And if I double click on, say, the lime green color, now I've isolated the items within the lime green group. So now I can click on these individually. And of course, if I wanted to, I could change their color, I can transform them, I can adjust them in a number of different ways. Now, to get out of isolation mode, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either just double click out here in an empty area, and that'll exit isolation mode. Now I'm going to go back in here. Let me double click a few times. You can also hit the left arrow here. So as I click on that left arrow, it selectively or by group exits out of isolation mode. And let me go back in here one more time. The other way you can do this is by simply pressing the escape key on your keyboard. So as you can see, by taking advantage of isolation mode, you can alleviate a lot of manual work, helping you to work more efficiently and allowing you to get your work done faster.